Hello, folks. I'm there to KQ Squirrel Moggington. I may not play it hard, I may not play it loud, I may not particularly play it well, but I am playing it. And I'm proud of that. And I'm proud to be here. Proud of me. Good. Everyone should be. Because I'm always right and I never lie. So, okay, one moment, more water. So, when we stopped playing Pyre last night, the Nightwings were still undefeated, remarkably, and we were about to meet the mysterious Sandalwood who founded the project. So maybe we can find the guy. We're gonna have to see how that goes. Hopefully it'll go well. I mean, I'm assuming it will. It's a very linear experience so far. I was expecting slightly more non-linearity in this game, but so far not so much. Which is alright. This game hews a little harder on the side of visual novel than I expected. Like, I was expecting about a 50-50 split between sports goaling and... based on which star... There has been no chance to choose a different star so far. There has been no variety in picking stars. It's all been like, one is lit up. You have to pick this one. Yeah, no, see, that's what I thought it would be like. Because otherwise, why have a star picking menu at all? But so far, it's just been... You go here, you go here, you go here. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the marketing material for this game that just hasn't seemed relevant, and I'm hoping it's because we're in some kind of extended tutorial. Like, the game will open up at some point, and we'll be able to choose alternate routes and such. So far that hasn't happened, but I'm hoping it will. We will have to see. There's still a lot of game left, I think. Still a lot of reading left, which I'm fine with, but I do have this knack for picking verbose games. This is really like the Lazy Squirrel read-along hour. A hard mode after beating the game where there's rules and challenges during the match. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just... I have to wait until the game is over in order to unlock that mode. I don't know. If so, I'll be a little startled and a little let down, because I'm not planning to do a replay, but... Well, it is what it is. The entire game is... I don't think... This is Supergiant we're talking about. I don't think the entire game is tutorial. At least I hope not. Maybe there's a reason no one talks about this one and I've stumbled into it. It's been worth it so far because I do like the characters. I do like the characters as they're presented. Tizo, unexpected MVP. But, yeah, don't know. We'll see where that goes. took over from Rookie for being the cute animal mascot. I'm not sure Rookie was ever the cute animal mascot. Rookie's kind of like a used car salesman with legs. With 4 legs. Oh, I'm invisible. One moment. I forgot to activate myself. Alright, there I am. Okay, let's get this show up and running. Yeah, there is a campaign mode. There is a versus mode. Don't know. Let's keep moving. It's also really pushing the whole thing where, like, even if you fail, you can continue on. And I gotta say, the only way so far for me to have failed any of these challenges is to, like, put the controller down on my desk and go get a snack. And even then, I'm not sure I would have fully lost by the time I got back. Like, the kitchen's not really that far away. Maybe that's the hard mode. What is it? I'd rather not bring it up. I'd rather see if it's in there. But, it does seem to indicate that people will be able to leave your party or you'll have to make hard choices and such, and, so far not so much, I don't know. Perhaps the tall grasses in this area hold some clue about the informant. Do we believe he's a Pokemon? Alright, let's go rustle around on the tall grass. You find nothing of interest when sifting through the tall brush of the underthicket, but then... What is it, Tizo? Skakri! Tizo seems to have found a clue to the whereabouts of the lost minstrel's client. My demon's gonna leave from being so disheartened. We have kind of, like, shit on her at every opportunity, and I feel bad about that. Poor woman. The little imp brings you to a strip of bark. It does not seem unusual at first, until you notice a message carved onto the inside. Found a bark strip. It must mean something. You can sell this. Come to Cinderroot S. Okay. So it's some kind of message from this sandalwood guy. Seems that way. Which way to Cinderroot? A hush clearing south of the Glade of Blue. It is due northwest. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow when the woods are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Big day coming up. Okay. We can forage, we can study, or we can mentor. One thing we've never done is study in private, and I'm curious what this gives us. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Attribute bonuses you bestow on all of your fellow exiles. Okay. +1 hope. +1 quickness, or +1 presence. Oh, I have been kind of leaning on quickness. I'm sort of speed focused. I'm gonna keep going with that. You concentrate on your knowledge of the 8 scribes, and how together they compose the Book of Rites among their many feats. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Reader's influence celerity, +1 quickness. Okay. That's a pretty small bonus, but small numbers add up. Small numbers add up. Yeah. Most of my team is pretty quick. Sir Gilman's the fucking Flash. That's interesting to note. I haven't had a chance to use him. He keeps recusing himself. Continue your journey. Off to Cinderroot, I guess. One moment, I'm gonna move the, I'm gonna move this thing out of the way so I can actually see the chat. There we go. Off to Cinderroot. This is northwest? Okay. Yeah, a little bit. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot, but once again the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companion waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then something startles the little imp Tizo. Scrah! Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges towards him, and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Aw. Hail, Tizo, but you look famished. Here. Oh, sandalwood. Okay. He's got that emblem carved into his head. Which I guess means that he's a reader too. The tall sap produces something the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. Tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. Okay. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Wolfred Sandalwood. Okay, so Sandalwood is a guy, not a group. It has been too long, Wolfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tariq. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. Yeah, he has a little tiny strip of color. Just like the one. Oh, he also has, maybe a little bit of green up here. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. That's interesting, because we've been able to sense everybody else's fucking thoughts. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain we all appreciate your efforts here, my girl. But we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue on with us, of course, so you are free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. I think we just got fired. You consider what to say to all this. You have been assured your freedom. You categorically refuse to be cast aside so easily. The leader of the Nightwings has returned. You can tell when you're no longer wanted. This cannot be happening. To have come this far only to be brushed aside by some strange sap. I'm just gonna stay quiet. You stare back at Wolfred, attempting to glean a deeper insight into what drives him, though you remain unable to sense anything further. Still, you refuse to budge at his behest. Hold on. Wolfred, sir, I'm Hedwyn. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here, thanks to you and also to this reader. Not just a reader, she's our friend, my friend. She's not disposable. We made her a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Wolfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hoped you'd have come to grasp this much by now. He breathes a sigh. Seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, but there's much to do. You have a right you need to get to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this readership of yours. That's true, although Galactus had the helmet. He's just got a head. He's got like a stump head. Now then, Tariq. Aye, Wolfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Wolfred strides toward the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. Wilfred Sandalwood joined you. He knows much of the rites. Welcome aboard, man, I guess. Also, gonna quickly adjust my sound. There we go. Okay. Your wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the Glade of Lu. The great sap scholar, Louis Thorin, here vanquished the root titan Limbless Arazak. Well, I guess if he was just roots. Where the stars directed you. Wolfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. Page revealed. The demon. What an interesting page to reveal. Right after Sandalwood shows up. Emperor Mur. Scarcely could I recognize him when at last I found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head. A bestial mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in a way such as I had never known. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp Hob proved a little help against the Sisters of the Arch, whose entire lives were accumulating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defense. I'm curious about all this information about the Emperor is nice and all, but, like, I'm curious about how it will link up with what we're doing. Sandra's unwilling to make small talk. Okay. Well, let's talk to Sandalwood. As you approach Wolfred Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then... Tariq, if you have a moment. Aye, Wolfred, sir, what is it? This reader, you deem her worthy by your estimation? The lone minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my own estimation, Wolfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe her achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet she and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tariq. And what does little Tizo think of her, I wonder? He smokes big pipes. He's smoking a fucking hunting horn there. Skirahaki. Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he's happy to have you around. Yo, my dude Tizo, backing me up. Thank you. There you have it, sir. I see. Sandalwood, brother of Patrol. I mean, he is a tree. He is a tree man. Continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft-spoken by those two, my girl. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us, Tariq and I have matters to discuss. They leave without another word, though you think you'd notice the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. Yeah, okay, sure. You go ahead and be the boss. And I will go fuck myself, I suppose. Oh, hey, you guys, you know, I guess I just didn't get the word out about this new franchise, which we opened here just now. So give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Yeah, we can sell this bark script. We can sell this crystal. We do not yet have enough for the $200 piece of glass. So... yeah, I'm not gonna bother with any of this. Thanks, guys. Good luck at that thing you're going to tonight. Speaking of that thing we're going to tonight, let's go to that thing tonight. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time. Then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu Scorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Third of the 8 scribes. Okay. Oh, but where are matters? One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Much better. Oh, that is not a face I trust. I do not trust this face. I don't trust that face as far as I can throw that face, and I can't throw that face very far at all. H. Manly Tinderstaff, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. He is a sycophant who seems certain he will land a position of high standing once he is free. That's a used car salesman. I thought Rookie was a used car salesman, but... woof. My fellows and myself, you perhaps know us as the Chastity. Wow, I hate you already. We shall soon stand against you in the rights. For now, I am just whiling away the time making small talk. Now then, as I introduce myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? In your mind's eye, you see Wolfred and hear his voice. Manly Tinderstaff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him nor me. Yeah, buddy. I had worked that one out on my own, thank you. Well... Beneath her mask, Yodariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now, how very rude indeed! Well fine, ignore me, but you do so at your peril. Anyhow, once this evening rites commence, any moment now, I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn. I cannot allow this Manly to win anything.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now, at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
Oh, this is just a completely flat plane. I wonder, oh honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them, even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jodariel continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent... Fine. Then, let us begin the dance instead. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Alright, who is up? Let's get Sir Gilman on the field. Sir Gilman hasn't been fielded yet.
Sir Gilman.
I'd kind of like to get Hamatha out there.
Hamatha.
And as long as we're going full speed, team, Rookie.
Rookie.
Let's shut this guy up already. Are you quite ready, finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of our lovely countenances. Now, come along, let's give the star the show. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr. He is every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee the Tinderstaff line shall have a bright, bright future. Did you just give birth on sapling? Okay. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. This knight does not know about you, good Pamatha, but he is quite finished listening to that sap's idle blather. Say no more. Would that he would say no more either. Isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well. Good. Okay. Banish Manly.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, Reader.
Okay.
There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself. The first dousing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a problem from these guys. Oh, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little foray. Do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I. Okay. Battlefield's getting tangled. Good.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of...
Ah! I missed. Oh! But I did just take out most of their team. That's fine.
Onward thus to greater glory.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling challenged here yet. The woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you just stand aside a while, we can put an end to this that much sooner. Manly, suck it. Taking flight.
I almost pity what transpired there.
And they're edge guarding the ball.
Now then.
Ah. There we go. Has any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the 100 Minds himself resents you being here. Said to have fashioned every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. The river of his name is a good phrase. Yes, I rather think that's it. Cease with all your scurrying around with that damned orb and let me handle this. I don't think I will. Alright, can I, I'm wondering if I can get an angle to, like, aura, nope, can't aura slash there. Ah, damn, he scored. I feel sad about that. It's fine, though, because I'm just gonna straight in.
Plunges into the fire.
Alright, you Night Wings, I've had it up to here with you. Perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all these encroaching plants, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. I'm going to continue ignoring you. Because all I have to do is get the ball in a couple more times.
Which you hold dear. The rite has nearly ended. You have it.
And I can just fly over these off. Whoops, nope. Dropped. I would like somebody to path to. Nope.
Banished. Simply abhorrent.
I feel edge guarded.
Tough luck, Nightwings.
I feel very crowded. Yeah.
Quenches the flame.
There was nothing I could do about that. It's fine, though. Because we're out. Having the ability to fly really helped there.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
It's getting harder, although that's because it's getting trickier.
The ceremony is complete.
I don't know wipe the smug look off that sap's face. Yeah, that's how we do it, people. Well, my. Oh, worry not, oh Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, 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 very disappointed. I thought perhaps we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. I have no idea where you would have gotten that idea. I'm gonna push you down a flight of stairs. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine, we'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you, ta-ta-ta.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. 'Twould appear that rookies not too old to learn new tricks.
Faster, stronger, a little better looking too? Is there anything I can't handle? No, there isn't. I think an even higher top speed would be better. Get Rookie fast as fuck.
The exiled Pamatha perhaps can learn the errors of her kind.
What racist bullshit is that, man? Well, Tamitha, soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether you like it or not. Let's see, move faster than usual. After banishing an adversary, she moves faster than usual. I think I'm going for this tree.
The holy power of the eldest matriarch. Until the next rite.
That was well done, my girl. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. Don't worry, it won't go to my big wooden head. After thwarting the chastity in a convincing manner, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate for the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader there consult the stars, see where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Yeah, I had kind of guessed on the further north part. There's really no selection so far. Did this knight hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. The plan Volford mentioned, I just want you to know I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. Well, there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Volford has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. So yeah, here's where we are. And you are not permitted to conduct the next rite here. You are not permitted to conduct... Yeah, you can't go south. You can only go north. Well, there better be some fucking choices later because, we've just hit the top of the fucking star chart. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where Loam's Mount Elodial, the sacred mountain on whose summits the first rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. And its very top, the Fall of Solium. The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirmed the stars indicated this exactly. Volford, sir, how did you know? Volford smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts as though he's directing them at you.
I too can read, my girl.
That was English. Volford just spoke to us in English. Okay, that's...
Forbidden though the words may be.
He turns back to Hedwyn.
Grande libro
Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let her do the job. I see you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom.
Fare tor.
Oh, fear not, my boy, it is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you about it on the way. For now, though, you look like you could use some rest, and for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Anybody in here? No? Can I talk to... No. Okay. I guess we're moving on. At dawn, Volford is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods, into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lie your next destination. Aurora Borealis! Oh no, they're the waterfalls. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodial. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volford calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. Alright, we're finally gonna find out what the hell his deal is, I guess. I say finally, it's been like half an hour.
Gersare bralios.
You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something.
Quare vere bralias.
What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? It means there's nobody above you telling you what to do. Like, living without fear is fine. True love is great, you know, whatever. Inner peace. All that stuff isn't freedom. Having nobody telling you what to do is freedom. You tell Volfred that freedom means not having to answer to anyone and going through life beholden only to one's own will. He considers your remarks for a short while. Perhaps you led a troubled childhood, my girl, for all of us at one time or another have to answer to someone with more wisdom in the world than we. Okay, I got called out for my, issues. That's valid. Though you make reference to the kind of authority which governs the commonwealth we know, which sent us down the river into exile. Would you be free if you were ruled beneath those bylaws once again? That is a good question. He then turns his attention to the whole group. You know, in that respect, I guess living in the downside is more free than living in the Commonwealth. Let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know or who you love or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. Are you about to suggest we, go fuck up the Commonwealth? It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost. And the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He is. He's about to suggest we go up there and fuck up the system. Okay! Volfred jumping up in my estimation several steps. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you.
Ramsetam libraje.
Thank you for the fanfare. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest a goal. You share a higher calling now.
Sefranum
The
santegra.
plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize.
Argederis.
Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. The burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. Yeah, okay. This is a proper revolutionary organization. Sandalwood, you just jumped like 3 steps up in my estimation. We're gonna go fuck up the government. That is not where I expected this to go, but you know what? Sure. You're plotting a revolt.
Sirim da.
Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now we can see through it.
Presevare gares.
But you need not be a part of this. Nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here like so many others.
Tentashe berume.
So if any one among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, speak now. Wolfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Okay, this is where we become a proper team.
Irade.
Very good. Some of you consider yourself friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights, and are integral to our plan. Remember that.
Quare veribralias.
You seek true freedom, you will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath.
Fare toros.
That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolfred turned towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Okay! I think we just became a revolutionary crew. I'm fucking down. Blitzball the government, yeah!
Pensar statement.
Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain. We shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Discuss the plan. The Beyonder Crystal seeks headwind. There you are, my girl. There was something I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then...
Chantage, amitas.
You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this I sense is nascent. But still, mere flashes uncontrollable. Yeah, I thought so. I've been starting to, like, read people's intentions in mind as well, so... I see as well now they haven't told you yet. You're friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when first we met, you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. So I guess unless I put on a mask and get my hands on a ball, I'm not getting out of here. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolfred breaks free from you and looks at you again, then he speaks to you as normal.
Narum care saste.
It is plain you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return if that is what you had in mind. Once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us. If I had spent each break focusing on my own studying, my studying seems to only benefit the group. Not me. Do you understand? Readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. I don't care. Like, up in the Commonwealth, reading is illegal, so I would have to stop anyway. Here I can read whatever the fuck I want. The warning is of little consequence to you. You have always known those keen to warn against one course of action or another. None of it swayed you, and as ever, you shall forge your path. Very well. A lack of concern is fine with me, though I do not share your outlook, as long as yours is not a lack of understanding. Plus everything and you become a player? Questionable, but we'll find out, I guess, if I keep at it. No, we have much at stake in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. Sounds like you intend to stick around, then we'll have lots more time to chat, as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then, he strides out of the wagon, leaving you with your thoughts. Let's talk to Sandra? How very kind of you to visit me again like this, oh lovely reader. For I was just standing around in the blackness of this void, thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. Man, have I had evenings like that. There was a long period of time that this incarceration of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Ark. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your days all full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. An ancient band of killers trained from birth to carry out their missions without fail. All the Sisters needed was a name and 500 sol up front. Shit, I'm almost to the point where I could hire somebody to assassinate our rivals. That's probably cheating. It's probably cheating to, like, hire a hitman to kill the opposing squad. I wonder if it's an option, though. Well, no, not if they're prisoned in the book. Or the crystal. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through glorious battles with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master? But I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. Did not help that the Nightwings of the early days were the stodgiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, the lot of them. What am I saying, lovely reader? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then, if only I could die. Like so many other things, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted until it is taken away. So given your mortality, what say we get back to business here? Alright, trial. You need but ask, you need but indicate who is to be my student. Apparently Hedwyn is now, ready to... Yes, Sandra, to administer one of her special trials for Hedwyn. Oh, you must mean that normal boy! Can I give a trial of the versus mode against CPU? I can. I should have a lot of work to do with him. Let us bring him forth. Soon Hedwyn appears and heeded the summons. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Alright, after this, I'll pull up versus mode and we'll see what happens. The apparition Sandra appears and assassins her mask. Listen well, boy, you answer to me here. Understood. You are a fool, do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let us see what you can do without their aid, save for that of your lovely reader there. Alright, what can I do? Well, I can hoof it over here, and... Whoopsie! Oh, darn. We almost made it there. Right, remember to banish the big guy first. Whoop. Banished. It's cool, though. Yeah, I should have banished the big one before I picked up the ball. Oop. Hey! This one's actually pretty tough. Particularly because I keep getting banished instead of them. There we go. Okay, that's a clear shot. Straight in. Sniped. They have a much longer respawn timer than I do, which is a solid thing. Ah. No, don't get stuck on the... Yeah, I got stuck on the thing. I got stuck on the thing, and that was my own problem. If we both shoot at the same time, that is a big issue. Okay, go. There. Actually pretty rough. Taught me some of the value of defense. We did it! Seems you did indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Body, mind, and spirit. That's what we're testing here. Okay. Good to be back after all that. What's that you have there? Gall's Bracer. Headwind power casts his aura with greater ease, and gains infinite stamina on hit for 2 seconds. Interesting. Interesting. So if we put that on him... Who gets the, hope stick? I think Pam does. Okay, let me make sure that it's saved. By going in and out of the wagon until I see the little save icon. Yeah, infinite stamina buff. I think that's cool. Okay. Let's try out a quick versus mode match. Just to see what happens. Versus mode includes characters and environments not yet revealed to you in the campaign. Proceed anyway? Oh, it gives me a spoiler warning. That's interesting. Alright, let's take a quick look. Random stage. We can play as any of the characters. True Nightwings. I don't want to see that. The Fate.
Love will suddenly find you, and it will be serious and passionate. Are you ready for it?
The Fate? Okay. Alright, let's try this. The Fate versus the Accusers. Maya is very threatening. Love will find you. You will not have a choice.
Hear me, exiles. You stand upon the pit of Melith. Here, one of you may walk the path to glory. May further shame befall whomever fails. The Fate stand ready. Accusers stand prepared. Who shall conduct this rite?
Oh, that's a lot of characters. Oh, hey, we can be manly.
Manly.
I don't know, Pamatha?
Pamatha.
And a messenger imp? A messenger imp's like fucking maxed out. Let's go with the messenger imp.
Messenger imp. Begin.
I know nothing of how to play Manly. This was a mistake.
'Twas the first banishment. Pyre has been scathed.
Alright. So versus mode, I would love to see like a versus mode tournament between people who actually know what they're doing.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ew. That was nasty. Yeah, he's just gonna stroll it in.
Lendl snuffed out some of your flame. Both pyres now burn with the same strength.
Oh, they're just blasting me. Yep.
Onward thus to greater glory. Best not give in to pride just yet, accusers.
You give me that back.
She soared right in. Shall the fate press their luck, perhaps? Zap. An awkward situation for the fate.
Yeah, this is a tricky one.
Fear not the purified blade.
I'm gonna lose this, I think. This is a team of characters I mostly have no idea how to play.
The wings have served her true.
Pamatha MVP, though. I'm fucking realizing this.
Perhaps the scribes are favoring the fate. One careless step banished all of them.
You guys gonna get that ball, or?
Manly banished.
Manly sucks.
All banished.
Manly super sucks. Like, we knew this,
As per the sacred
but-
law. The accuser's pyre now
I
burns
deeply
bright
regret putting him on my team.
to each his own.
Hey, you stop that. Yes, catch the ball so I can banish you. Ah. That numbing gust is fucking
Unfortunate
nasty.
for the fate. Glory to the scribe.
Pam MVP.
Your
MV
victory
Pam.
at hand.
Nope, bye.
How sad for that one there.
I think Manly's thing is defense more than anything else. He can put up that little
Very sad for
sapling
the
that
fate.
acts as like an area guard. But that's basically it.
Yes. The accusers seem to want their freedom more. Oh,
Ah!
no sign of the fate for now. And it
I
is
got fucking dunked on. Okay. I got dunked on!
the accusers prevail.
So that's what the
A victory
CPU match
so
is like.
narrowly
The versus
achieved,
match.
and thus more glorious. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Glory be to Lendl and the accusers, who is,
Until
he's apparently a
the
dick.
stars align.
Alright, let's get back to story mode. that was on CPU strength standard. So, I definitely feel like we've been in a tutorial state. Until now. Or even still in the story mode. Because we've been having a much easier time. Discuss the plan. Earlier, Wolfred calls for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying?
Vistare daste.
What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one or not at all. Finally! Okay. This is what I was waiting for. Apparently, the match to earn your freedom, you only get one person at a time. So we have to pick which of our players leaves. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodial there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest if she did not merely skim that chapter of the book. I don't have a complete book yet, man! Afterward, we'll reach the Fall of Solium and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, their somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone else goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength, we'll talk again on our way up. Wolfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. Okay, let's push getting quickness maxed out. This seems to be what's unlockable, Glory, which does more damage to the pyres. Alright, celerity. Continue your journey. Here before you lies Mount Elodial, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round again before Wolfred, who stands as tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions. No, I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Question. Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against with adversaries in the right. What is it they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles, who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not?
Sirindare.
As for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Headwind over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon, and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, you know much of the rest. So why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right belt back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters to this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head's beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. This is important? I want to keep listening? Wolford's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. He prompts further questions when Jodario raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook your meaning. I understood your plan. I wish to know why us. Why we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite. I see. Well, that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, should I say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they form have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. Oh, God, no wonder everybody hates us. We're like the final boss. Or we're imitating the final bosses. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position, for a chance to take you on. Yeah, we're the boss. The final boss is general. We are. Or we're imitating them. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourself the chance at freedom and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right, then? Participation is all that matters? Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. We saw last night what happens when you imitate the final boss. That's fair. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumphants pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Wolford takes his leave. Others repointer pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Ascent. Say believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. Hamatha expects some long-lost valuables to be stashed here. I think I'd rather have a blessing than valuables right now. Well, no. We can sell the valuables. And we can get that glass thing that I've been wanting. Let's go with the valuables. You joined Pamoth on a brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What, now I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game, whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought to not mince your words. Oh, please, we all know you're going to be the first one out of here. Why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here? Of course, it's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides me, that Volfred, he seems plenty happy here making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you to presume nothing is decided as of yet? Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way you will be free. Of me, at least, and I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude towards me and everything. At that, you intervene. Jodoriel's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Hamatha scoffs as Jodariel storms off. I swear, that one. Well, moving on, there's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Hamatha soon returned with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. A Titan Tooth. After blocking airborne adversaries, the bearer stuns them and knocks them back. That's really handy when I'm fighting, like, flyers. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters of the Temple Cistern. Hedwyn expressed a passing whim to see the view from here. We're on the low road. Let's stick to the low road. Holy Cistern waters, huh? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think that's the sewer system. At long last! The worm surges toward the water of the cistern. You decide to join in for a brief excursion there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress against his scales. Fresh water? This is a cistern, man! Do you know what that word means? He sighs, splashing about from time to time, then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind to take with you this wayward knight. He swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. He knows that soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice, is that not so? This night he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please. Upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's much atoning to be done. So when rises the occasion to decide who ought to go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow that knight this simple dignity. Okay. You're out of the running. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman gains a level because he... So grateful is this knight for such a glorious occasion, he is giving strong consideration performing here and now the forbidden dance of the Sea Dominion. We don't need to do that, Sir Gilman. Bigger area of effect. Yeah, let's take that. Hello, Windchaser. Welcome to a very quiet night. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single, narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act at with a single heart and mind during the rites. I'll lead onward, Tariq. Please follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. She watches over Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the minstrel on the right. Okay. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. Seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate? Aye. Let us make this quick. She gestures to the rest of you. Each of you in turn state who you are and what you seek while crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Headwind the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Rookie to speak up next. Hey, I'm regarded by the name of Rookie Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Faye, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Speak! Kizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir, Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Hamatha Thayan. I'm only here because my sister's here. As Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see, then state why you're here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. She turns to you, for there is no one left to go. Who am I? A crippled scholar. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the depths. You are a war orphan. You do not know who you are. You know, they keep saying that I am not allowed to participate in the rites. And if I'm a crippled scholar, that would explain why. I can't run with the ball. Of course, neither can half my team. But you have always sought to understand the world around you. That knowledge proved dangerous in the Commonwealth, but now it has brought you to this point. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. What do I seek? True freedom? To help my friends? Revenge? You want to see what happens. I do want to see what happens. I'm here out of curiosity. You just want to see your quest through to the end. You are not one to go through life examining whatever it is you desire. You take life as it comes and are content to appreciate some of the surprises. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? I, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look at her. That would honestly explain why I'm not out there balling. Bad leg or something. From the top of Mount Elodial, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Page revealed. And there's Gerdariel. The Imp Halb and I, we helped to save my Emperor. And when the danger did subside, my Emperor Sulliam Murray said something to me which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Galathian, so that I may yet have mine. You too are now an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I could never repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do it in this life, I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the Imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Some new shocks on that wagon so it doesn't body roll so much. I don't know, I think it has character. And is making me queasy, but... Alright, Sandra. What's up? This place, where you currently reside, it must be Mount Elodial, is it not? This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I had already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Sullivan Mur. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. Okay, so Sandra was the person... Sandra and her team are who they were fighting when the imp and the warlord and the emperor got together and founded the scribes. Okay. They took me and some of my Beyonders alive, though do not expect to see account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no. Not yet. Not yet. Well, I don't mean that really. The scribes did spare my life. And were it not for that, I would never have been thusly trapped to then enjoy your company, oh lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it best we resume the normal sort of business between us. If there is any to speak of. And good hunting at the precipice. May you soon rid the downside of some useless idiot. Alright, what is this? Keepsake from Solarian Score, okay. Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Edwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Rookie? Not as yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I'm certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Oh, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out. That's been bugging me a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Edwin slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. Any one of us gets out, great. It's just a start. We're gonna do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's gonna take, I just know we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and to reassure herself. Rookie nods his head in turn. And Hedwin's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn toward the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom. Yet you feel in your heart it will only be the first. Three companions gain one hope for the liberation rite. After blocking airborne... That's something she does really well. Is it the same hope? No, it's, this hope. This, It's the hope statistic. Not buff hope. And at the slug mark... Hey guys, just so you're aware and all, I know how comes you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? Some of the new stuff I got in stock, you get a lot of value there, an awful lot. What is this? Scribe Snuff. Unlearn Masteries and choose again. I don't yet have enough for the Lunar Glass. And I'm saving for that, so... Guys didn't see nothing, huh? Sorry, man. Is everyone prepared, Hedwin? Yes. Now, several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers in the rite this night. What happens if we fail?
Nara teromes.
Hedwyn, my boy. Don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Templars that night, one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is as simple as that. What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory. We await our next opportunity and make the most of it. Yeah, if we lose, oh well, we try again. Tonight our plan is set in motion. We are united in its cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance, and seize our future chances as they arise. So look up, my boy. Set aside your doubts. It's time to take great strides along the path.
Many years have passed since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Templars. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
Pyre's burn. Each of the triumvirate is present and prepared. I concur. The Pyre's burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Templars, come forth now and declare yourself. Pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. You know who I am already, but look at what we got here. The damn Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we were never going to see the day again. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates Jodario. She scoffs back at him. Lose the mask! Ain't seen one of our own in ages, not in these damn robes. Jodario's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied? Whoa, you must be new! Jodario soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. Narrator has a good voice. He's got the voice for Supergiant. I don't really know that much about Supergiant. All I've played is Bastion. I should rather cut out my tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we gotta stick together. Now, come on! Ignarius throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. Great, a demon team. We're gonna have to get over their aura. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct this rite? The lone minstrel gets your attention in his subtle way. Oh, Rux. The transistor, the voice, and the story. Okay, he is the narrator. Alright. Rita, this is it. The first companion you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if you prevail. The other two in the triumvirate shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision. The most enlightened.
Who most deserves their freedom?
Alright, Jodario's unworthy. Ruki could go. Tizo could go. Or Hedwyn could go. It's your best players. Oh, shit. Okay, Okay. I think it's Hedwyn. He's the most determined to help the people down here. Yeah. He is.
Hedwyn.
If you insist. The Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes, here are the stakes of this Eve's liberation rite. Should the Nightwing prevail, the one called Hedwyn the Deserter shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exile Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate, to strive alongside Hedwyn the Deserter and see to his return in glory?
Who shall be at his side?
I think Pam is gonna do backup.
Pamela.
You got it, reader darling. And Faye. I've been using everybody more or less equally. So. Jodario refuses to participate in the rites with Pamatha. Okay. Go fuck myself, I guess. You're gonna be the last one to the fucking surface, you know that, Jodario.
Faye.
Me? Oh yes, I will.
It is done.
Very well, the 8 scribes accept your choice as reader of the Nightwings. She indicates to the lone minstrel. Are you yourself prepared to reek? Aye, Celeste. Then let us all begin. Nightwings, been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me. Oh good, everyone else seems to have tiny little auras.
Commence.
Yeah, this is a vocal track. I'm staying quiet for this. About all I can make out of the soundtrack is Who Shall Rise Again, which, yeah, be good for nothing, Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years, and show up all of a sudden, like you're gonna let somebody out for once, and now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best, at this at least, but now the pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Oh, Moira, I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings, let's see you keep this up. Oh! Right past me! Catch. Oh, nope, missed it. I mean, I'm kind of sympathetic to wanting to get out of here. But I'm not gonna make it easy.
Alas.
Shit, okay. That was fast. Okay, you can go fast, I can go fast.
Now to the flame. And there it is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not.
He doesn't sound at all like Rox,
Thus
actually.
ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
What a joke. We should have had this. You should have had this. Got all rusty. You've been waiting so damn long. Damn it, damn it. Nightwings! Be seeing you around, I guess, and next time you ain't gonna be so lucky. Here he goes. We did it. And I guess that means I have to go. I broke my vow to her that we would all go free together. Reader, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? Dude, you're forgiven. Get up there and do good. Chakani, wait for me, wait for me. Someone for whom Hedwyn cares deeply. They were separated. He remained silent a moment longer. Then... Listen to me, all of you. I will not forget this. If there's anything at all I can do back on the other side to help the rest of you, I am going to find it, and I am going to do it. And at the very least, I will do everything I can to make sure that by the time more of you come join me back at home, it'll be a better place for all of us. Look, I don't have long now, so just thank you, all of you. I won't forget this. Then he plunges out of sight into the shimmer pool. Alright, it's a bridge. His voice is audible but growing faint. It's happening! Goodbye, my friends, reader, everyone, goodbye until we see each other. Hedwyn earned back his freedom. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Hedwyn. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
We launched him like a fucking cannon. The 8 scribes, they so inspire me. And now I feel I have somehow grown closer to them, maybe. Jumps and power jumps further than usual. When sprinting, she slows nearby adversaries. Tamitha is just not getting enlightened as fast as I would like. Well, she's been in 2 rites.
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
After your victory over the Tempers and Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I'm gonna miss that guy. It is quieter now, but we'll see Hedwyn again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. Wait, what about the stars? They don't seem to wait around for us. About that, reader, go see for yourself. The sky over Mount Elodial is much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Hedwyn as you look toward the heavens. Ah. You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now. Stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. Oh, it's the off-season. We just had the playoffs. This is the off-season. There's a haven south of here. We'll travel to at dawn. And when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. What is it? What is it, Volfred? Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Volfred smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Hello, my girl. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all this. Not just me, but really all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is admittedly a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in this capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. I did just kind of send off the team captain. Well, no, I guess the team captain is me, but I did just kind of send off our, front man. He was the one who recruited everybody. I guess, Volfred, you're gonna have to step up. My agents and I, we were unsure of him at first. Common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rights. But in the end, I felt he was worth a shot, someone like him. Sincere, determined, with loyal friends, and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes. He falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf now in the Commonwealth, and it is my hope he yet finds the one he sought. You and Volfred speak little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. Who knows? Continue your journey. Alright, I guess we're headed south. Good morning, my girl. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Moon Knight Alcove. Volfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All around you see a variety of strange items and equipment. The practice realm! I guess. Volfred, you're talky! Find Volfred lost in thought, then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. Swaggin and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. Suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there's something you wish to know, you need but ask. How do you know that lone minstrel? Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He served the rights in the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time. Though it was he who first informed me the Nightwings had returned, he and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, is there anything else you wish to talk about for now? Why did the Nightwings disband? I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me in a manner, as I understand, quite like Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile named Arisa and another known as Oralek. Once in a while, we let Lotizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumphants we stood against, they feared us. Only the Templars prevented any threat to us at any given right. But there was a terrible accident. Arisa, we lost her. And Oralek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodiel. We lost him as well on the night when he was to be free. He fell. He just fell off the mountain. Nobody intervened in this. He just... Woo! A rename of the Furies, possibly. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blame the rights themselves. The circumstances put us in danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and toward a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my girl. What did you do to earn your sentence? This is a rude question. How rather forward of you, my girl. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. Oh. Yeah. You had a book press. Printing press. Okay. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the indeterminable wars against the Highling remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude captain for a while. He was reincarnated in the bookworm. But not for long enough. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, anything else? No. You thank Volfred for his time and bid him a good rest for the afternoon. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Bide your time. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside, its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land beside it. So you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. One evening. May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning toward your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there's something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader madam. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more the path toward salvation is revealed, but now something is different. Aha! Some non-linearity just opened up. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you a single path. Now several rites avail themselves to you at once. You're not permitted to connect the next rite at the fucking black hole. Alright then. We could play the Dissidents at the Bog Star. We could play the Accusers at the Dusk Star. Or we could play the Fate at the Midnight Star. I think I'm going for the Accusers. We played them first last time. Let's start the season the same way. The stars urge we go to the Spring of Jomer, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how are we to reach the Spring of Jomer in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq, preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. Ah, yes, Midnight Star. I like that song. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many, it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before. So let's be ready for it. See you in the morning, reader. Companions have not traveled far. Word of the news soon spreads. Okay. It sounds like we have a choice of who to, like, push down in the rankings. And who to ignore and let, you know, battle out stuff. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the black wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. The only way to escape is to have a literate criminal, but the 8 scribes who created the rules made literacy illegal. It sounds like the Commonwealth made literacy illegal. Not so much the scribes. Like, it doesn't say when literacy was made illegal, but I feel like it was sometime after the rights were written. The Emperor was searching for something else. I don't know, I'm gonna have to dip back into the book. Oh, well, the wagon's all nice now. Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. Hello, Shteri. You're the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. Take us up. And everyone else hang on to something. Take us up, he says. Okay. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. Oh, by the scribes? Hey, now we're talking. Kizo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. Kizo, you could have mentioned this. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. We should be able to find at least a couple landing places near where we're going. We'll make way by land or sea toward our destination. Without further ado, let us proceed. The black wagon can fly. Seek landing near the Spring of Jomer. Yep. We can, in fact, fly. Very nice. So can their wagon. So can other teams' wagons, it looks like. You can hear the angry hissing coming from Udmita all the way from your position. You think mayhaps the skies belong to you? Foolish. The skies and everything above them and below belong to the Astral Born. You shall be smitten from his skies on his awakening. Now be gone! Okay, let's not fuck around with the other teams, actually. What's that? Something about the strange island you see below you draws your attention. Best to avert your eyes from the Isle of Kamer. A forbidden island. Okay. Even the scribes themselves sought to avoid the place. Let us fly on. Yeah. Although we're not exactly a ghost. But we are cruising. Oh, there's another circle. What's this? As you soar above the water of Worm Gulf, you notice their gillmen slide up to you, very slowly. We are very, 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 very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then, this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Good! Good. Cool. Let's not think about that. Let's not think about that ever. Oh, hey, Big Bertrudes. Below, amid the desolation of flagging hands, you see Big Bertrude, from which you first embarked by sea. You wonder how its venerable proprietor is faring. I am certain Big Bertrude must have left a strong impression on you all. She is not easy to forget. I've known her since before my exile or hers. She's been here a long time. I have sent my agents to repay her for assisting you and to send our regards. The old wagon must have been needed some repairs. Alright, we can land either at Fall Flat or Glue Hive. The spring of Jomer has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Belandius, the legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you've already read it in the book. Not all believe the book exists, of course, nor the greater titans, nor the rites. I have encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Jorma Many-Mane. They took the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this, to ensure that they alone will witness the proceedings. Let's see. Jodaria wanted to land at Glue Hive. Tiza wanted to land at Fall Flat. Let's throw Jodaria a bone. It's been a while since she had one. You touch down in the heart of Jomer Valley, where first you face the fate and the dissidents. You wonder briefly where they might be now and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon following its flight. Ruki confirms the wagon wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. They managed to calm some of the drive-ins, prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of the crew got through the flight without complaint. You have a little time before having to set forth by land. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Sir Gilman. Alright, let's see. This is... the Sandra status laughing at something. Interesting. Book of Rites has... a lot of chapters revealed to us. We'll have to read these later, I guess. We're kind of coming up on a late time. The difficulty in writing this when they have to allow for any combination of missing people. I do respect that. A jar. Keepsake from Black Basin. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Hamatha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters. Engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across. To feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Oh, this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. So, I haven't had to swim, and now you've had to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Yeah, we could have, like, leveled up and ascended either Hamatha or Sir Gilman, and we would not be having this conversation. We'd have some other conversation. And I respect that. You've returned. How can I help you? Speaking of Sir Gilman, we could have a trial. Ah, my best friend in all the world, come to visit me again. Does it make you uncomfortable, perhaps, that I should call you thus? Perhaps you think you do not yet know me very well, but I know you just fine. You reveal a great deal to me when you come visit me like this. You're not the only one who can sense things in others, you know. She laughs to herself. One learns to read a bit when forced to suddenly appear within a book for 837 years or so. Especially if one is wont to pry a little, you understand, for it gets rather boring here. I know all about you. Crippled scholar who simply wants to see her quest to its completion, only to end up spending all her time talking to an apparition stuck in a stone. Oh, I know about your loves or lack thereof, like your favorite pastimes. Certain habits you may be somewhat loath to admit. Fear not, of course, I use this special knowledge only as a means to entertain myself, I think. And if you don't like it, why just keep your distance like so many of your predecessors. As for the other Beyonders, they are as wraiths to me as I must seem to all those idiots for whom you consort. I cannot confide as easily in my own kind as I am able to confide in you. But I suppose I've said too much. Thank you as ever for the visit. You've given me a lot to think about, more than you know. She laughs again, softly. Let's do this Gilman scribe trial, and then I guess we're done for the night. We're at the 2-hour mark. Let us consider who among those idiots is worth my time. It's Gilman's turn. You think that dimwit of a worm has any chance? Perhaps you're correct. But I put little stock in him myself. Let us bring him forth. Sir Gilman appears in heat of the summons. Master Reader, is this knight perchance in trouble for something? You'd like that, wouldn't you? I have the feeling you want to be in trouble for something, Gilman. You exiled yourself. Nobody does that. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, worm, you answer to me here. As you will, your highness! Your highness, I like the sound of that. Flattery shall get you nowhere here. Demonstrate your competence to me, then, worm. You shall have to do it mostly on your own, though under the guidance of your lovely reader. I trust you're prepared. Of course, your highness! This native accepts this challenge. Okay, we got really big auras here. What do we do with this ball? Okay, we don't do that. This one's rough. Alright, I'm hoping to be able to lure them out of position. Touch heavy-handed of a trope? I mean... maybe? God, I can't think about that right now. Hold on. What I want to do is... fuck. What I want to do is fuck. I want to fuck off out of this. I'm not doing very well at this at all. Okay, what I want to do is I want to lure them out of the way, and then get in there, and there we go. Done. And that's really hard with this giant demon. And it's particularly hard when there's 3 of them. So if I throw the ball somewhere... there we go. I got rid of the demon. Okay. Toss the ball over here. Frick. I hit the aura. Nope. I think I've lost. Yeah, I lost. Curses! Laughable. The worm lacks any concept of its foolishness. I would tell you not to waste my time, worm, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste. Do you think you could do better than that? I think we can do better than that. We'll see if we can do better than the last time. Okay, I think I've got this. It's really hard to do Gilman's slash. Alright, set up. Like, what I need to do is... I'm straight up the mid... up, nope. What I need to do is avoid the ball. That aura splash doesn't seem to do shit. How do I get a handle on this guy? Is it really just make for the thing as fast as possible and dunk? Dropped. Whoops, I got blocked. I caught the rebound. I think clever tactics are a diversion. Like, fuck tactics, I'll just drive for it. Tactics are a distraction. Okay, that was bad. There we go. That was a big slash. He is on fire. Okay, we passed. That taught me basically just use Sir Gilman as the fastest. This knight prevails! I have no choice but to concur with that assessment, Worm. Your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now farewell. Get the hell out of my book. Master Reader, this knight is humbled after having passed that sorcerer's test. By the scales of the Inner King, Horus! What is that you have? Horus' scale. Gilman jumps further than usual. Okay. So yeah, that makes him my, like, super dunker. Oh, Hedwin left his, like, only usable by him thing. We can sell that and get some money. Alright. Let me just make sure we get the save symbol. And we're done for the night. Tonight was pretty quiet, but we got a lot of plot done. We got a lot of plot done that's going to really confuse people who weren't here. And I think that's great. If there's one thing I love, it's absolutely baffling my audience. Celine is still trucking on her Pokemon quest. I may as well raid into her. So yeah. Good night, everybody.
You need to disembark now. The end is near.
We do need to disembark now. The end is near. Goodbye. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I gotta pick something for the weekend.